Stuck who your opponent, man, the man in the mirror.
Welcome to Stuck the World, where we just coming to stimulate some conversations. Alright, so I appreciate people viewing my shorts and stuff like that. Basically want to break down and get serious. I bought myself a little camera, a little content kit from Amazon, so I'm about to take this a little bit more serious, talk about certain things. I want to stimulate conversation. I want to be able to blend with other people, other content creators, other walks of life, you know what I mean? Like, that's my whole point. My whole point is to go on here, do some individual things, and then I want to do interviews, right? I want to talk to different people from different walks of life. I want to be able to ask the questions that I would want to ask, right? Like, you know, I've always been told that I ask the right questions, so I just want to kind of go based on that. So just to kind of start off, basically my why, right? So my why into why I want to get serious with this podcast thing is because I seen the center's director, Coogler, Mr. Coogler. I forgot his first name, but you know, he came from Oakland, he came from California. I'm from California. You know, a lot of people who talk to me, they like, "You not from out here, huh? Like, where you from?" I'm from California, Cali. They like, "Oh, you one of them," you know, type deal. But anyways, I heard him talk, you know, and I used to be super like self-conscious of the way I spoke, because when you're a person like me, when I was around the hoodlums, I spoke proper. When I was around the uppity folks, you know what I'm saying? I spoke not proper. So I was always in this like middle realm, but I heard him speak and he spoke like somebody I grew up with. And when I heard that happen and I seen the success that he had just by being him, I'm like, you know what? It's my time, right? I mean, 29, bro, too, you know? But I feel like this is my time. So that's why I'm kind of taking this serious. I still do I'm still be doing my 9 to 5 thing, what I got going on, but you know, my whole point is to build a brand, to build something to keep going and kind of expand. I would say the turning point of when I wanted to branch off and start to do podcast spaces when I finished my schooling and stuff like that, and I started reading books on just like how the 9 to 5 not gonna get you to where you want to be. And then you just hear like certain stories, and YouTube kind of helps you, like it helps you depending on what rabbit hole you want to go down. You know, you can learn so much just from so many different people. Me having kids definitely was a turning point for me. Like, it was kind of like, all right, man, like I've done all the social things that, you know, satisfy the people that's outside of you, but what am I gonna do for myself? You know, going to school, you know, black mama, you know, boy, you better go get your education, you better go, you know. So that I've completed all of that. Like, now it's like, all right, what you gonna do, right? So, you know, you only have the time that you're given, right? Present moment is the best moment. So I'm tired of waiting on like what I should do, right? So this is the moment. You know, what I've learned from like lessons and failures and like how like you gotta get over it is you gotta let go of the ego, bro. I noticed that was my downfall, just kind of allowing that me, you talking to me, like they saying something about me, like allowing that to kind of dictate my life. That's the ego, right? If somebody say something to you and it make you want to retaliate, it's because they said that to me, you know what I'm saying? So that's the ego. And I think once men, especially men of color, right, like when we learn to get rid of the ego, we get further, right? Like the only barriers we really have are like mental, right? There's really no physical barriers from getting to where we want to be, right? And if there is, you just got to do the groundwork to get there, and you know, you can get it cracking. So I'm about to take this serious, you know. I want to be able to talk about different things, talk about comedy, talk about just life in itself, right? Like, I don't want to be the ignorant speaker. I want to be the person that, you know, has some logic, right? I want to be able to learn. Like, my whole thing is to learn on here. So we gonna get this cracking, man. Stuck the world, man. Look, got the hat, man. If you like the hat, man, tap in with me. Let me know. Got the stuff. I want to catch up people on like what I've done so far. So far, I've had, and for as regards to my channel, right? So far, I've had my cousin on here, Rich. If you ain't seen the kind of interview that I put together with him, reach out to, I mean, you should go look at it, just to see what's going on, see like what the channel is about. I also had like this podcast with Rich's family, Marcus. He's very, very smart, but it was before I had like all my things to get ready for the podcast. So if y'all could go on there, man, get like some, I had like makeshift interviews, and it's gonna always be that, right? I'm gonna always be authentic, like I'm gonna always be me, and I think me is valuable, and I think you should be okay with saying, you know, I'm valuable, like I'm worth something, right? If you don't have that mentality, then what are we doing, right? So I think learning from that, always know like you are valuable. Like I'm not starting this for me, I'm starting this because when I was a kid, I was always told I could be like a public speaker, a motivational speaker, because I speak from, I'm not gonna say I'm from the trenches, you know what I'm saying, but you know, I was born in Bellflower, I lived in Compton, lived in Long Beach, lived in Carson, you know what I'm saying, then I moved to the IE, moved to San Bernardino, moved to Rialto, so like I've been around a little bit, and when it comes to the ghetto and like the culture, whatever the case is, so I feel like I do have the wherewithal or the credentials, right, to kind of speak about certain things. I would never get into gang politics, right? Like I got my feelings about gangs and shit like that, but I would never step into somebody gang politics or something like that. Like that shit don't got nothing to do with me, and that's how I move, you know. So, and yeah, man. So we gonna get this shit going, man. Stuck the world, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, for even watching this video, man. We gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep creating content. I'm gonna keep figuring out ways to provide and help people, you feel me, shoot out your questions. I got my email in like the description, so shoot me an email, let me know like what you want to talk about, what we can talk about. If you want to be on, we could figure out a way to kind of expand and get this going. So hey man, Stuck the World, man, here to stimulate conversations.
Stuck who your opponent, man, the man in the mirror.